Okay, so you're schizophrenic and you want to go to work. Like I said, I had no idea how I was going to get back into the workforce. It did not seem possible at all. After about, I'm going to say 6 months of medication, I probably could have gone earlier, but I was dealing with my foot injury, still recovering from this. Maybe after a few months of medication, when you're at your 0 point and extremely stable. Now, I've often thought about if I was to lose this job and then try to find another job, I would, even if I was in a stable place like I am now, I think I would put myself back on medication just to make the whole process as stress-free and easy on myself as possible, getting back on track. So you're stable and you're on medication, and when I came back into the workforce, I completely ditched my profession. What was most important to me was to find a job that was having some form of beneficial impact on society. Once I found this place, I applied for the lowest position possible, entry level, minimum wage, part-time work. It's best just to get your foot in the door. Now you might be thinking, oh, I'm too qualified for this, I'm over for that, I'm at a certain point in my life where I deserve more than that. Maybe true. I mean, that was true for me. I was overqualified and whatever, but what that meant was that I was able to do that job very easily. I was able to exceed all expectations, myself included. Now, if you've been through the medication process and through the clinics and through the system, you have a great motivation to get yourself leveled out and sorted. Much more motivation than the average person who's just looking for something to pay the bills and have enough drinking and smoking money. You know, or someone that is doing it for their family and doing it for their kids, which is a great motivator, but can be very personally taxing because they're not doing it for themselves. These people are some of the true heroes of the world, but you're focused on you. You need to get yourself sorted so that you can also be a benefit to others. So being schizophrenic in the workplace means you have to be conscious of your mood and your state of mind, and like I said, you've got great motivation, and your mind loves distraction, loves it. By going to the clinics, you probably had a taste of this, doing the whatever tasks, stupid little craft tasks, painting or drawing or writing or reading or baking cakes or whatever little task they get you to do to see if it triggers some part of your mind when you realize, oh, when I'm doing this activity, I don't have so many voices, or the voices are much more manageable. So this means you have the possibility, the potential to be extremely focused at your work. Obviously, it's not easy to do straight away for long periods of time, but it's like any muscle, you know, the more you use it, the better it gets, and the more you can do it and the more you can focus. And then you start having little wins, you know, doing good in your job or doing a task better than that you expected yourself to do, and you have a little ding, a little win moment, you know, a really nice feeling, a little victory, a little problem solve, a little something, you know, something real. Because you're coming from a place where there was no light at the end of the tunnel. There was nothing. There was darkness. There was chaos. There was, and all of a sudden, you've completed something. You've done something. You've achieved something. And it might be the tiniest little thing. The tiniest. I think the first task I did was that I had a win moment was that I finished my task within the allotted time period. And there was no punishment for going late. Everyone was going late. It was a startup and no one was really monitoring everything, so it was like it didn't really matter. It felt great, and then from there, every little task that I did was like this. You should not overestimate yourself. You should not overreach, because if you stumble and fall, it's a lot more risky for you than for normal people. You are a normal person. For other people, you should underestimate yourself, but you should do it consciously. Use it as a tool, another trick of the mind, you know. Allow yourself these little victories, and it's over. Aww.